Lou Pearlman. This is the guy who put together NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Did you hear about him?
No.
Turns out he slept with all the boys.
What?
Yep. This is a real bad guy. Hey,
you slept with all of them? So every single Backstreet Boy and everyone on NSYNC?
No.
What about the guy who married Jessica Simpson?
Yeah, no. No, he wasn't one of those. No, he was in 98 Degrees, right? It's so sad that I know that.
Really? I don't know anyone. I don't know any difference between the different groups.
Well, that makes you definitely more of a man than me. But the story tells you that who he slept with partly, but it kind of leaves it to your imagination for the rest of them, which really, I mean, it turns your stomach. This is a really uncomfortable story. So this Lou Pearlman guy, apparently, one of the stories, for example, is a kid goes to him and says, "Oh, I'd like to be in the band." Look at him. Oh, for the love of God. One of the boys says, "I'd like to get in the band, etc. How do I do that?" He's in a robe. He opens up his robe and says, "Now, how do you think you're going to get into the band?"
Wow.
And apparently a lot of the kids did it because they didn't know any better. Nick Carter, who's kind of famous, he went out with, I think, Ashley Simpson. I don't know which of the bands he was in.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Okay. God bless you. Anyway, his mom keeps saying, "Oh, what he did to Nick was terrible, and he should be punished." And stuff. But don't say it. I know you have to say it. I know, and I'm being bad, but I just don't.
Who are those guys you have on screen?
Those are the Backstreet Boys, and he named them the Backstreet Boys. I mean, for the love of God, I remember back when they first came out, I was like, "How do you name them the Backstreet Boys?" And I didn't know about Lou Pearlman or anything like that, but now that I know, I mean, you put 2 and 2 together, you're going to come up with 4.
Yeah.
So apparently he slept with Nick Carter, and then there's this guy Phoenix Stone. He was an early member of the Backstreet Boys. He told Vanity Fair that what Pearlman did with Nick Carter was, quote, definitely inappropriate. Nick's mom, like I said, wouldn't get into specifics, but she said certain things happened, and it almost destroyed our family. Tim Christopher, a member of Take 5, that's a group I don't know either, recalls that during a sleepover at Pearlman's house, the music czar swan dived onto his and another boy's bed and wrestled with them while wearing only a towel which came off.
Ugh.
We were like, "Ooh, Lou, that's gross. But what did I know? I was 13, said Christopher. Rich Cronin, lead singer of LFO, another group I don't know, told him of an ancient massage technique that if I massage you and we bond in a certain way, it'll strengthen your aura.
Whatever, dude. Wait, is this guy facing charges now?
Well, they finally caught him. He was on the run for a while. And it wasn't because of this. They found this stuff out later, and we hope he'll face charges on this too. After he made a shitload of money from Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, etc., he then went and set up a Ponzi scheme anyway, and he robbed people of another $300 million.
$300 million?
It was unbelievable. I believe it was $351 million.
Wow.
It's insanity. Then they were like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck? This is a Ponzi scheme. You're not paying any of these people." He's like, "I know." So he ran away to Indonesia.
Wow.
And, great police work, man. At least somebody's still doing police work. They found him in Indonesia. And they're
I'm sure sleeping with little boys.
"Why do you think he went to Indonesia?"
Yeah.
It's terrible. The whole story is sick. And they busted him, and they brought him back here for the Ponzi scheme, and then they found out that he's been sleeping with all these boys.
Wow.
Here's Steve Mooney, aspiring singer who was Pearlman's assistant, told Vanity Fair, "I would absolutely say the guy was a sexual predator. Some guys joked about it. I remember one singer asked me, 'Have you let Lou blow you yet?'" Oh, God. And by the way, man, I mean, the Vanity Fair broke the story. "Steve Mooney, you're an aspiring singer. You're Pearlman's assistant. You know this stuff. At some point, don't you got to kind of blow the whistle on that?" But
no pun intended.
Yeah. And of course, assholes like this, they pick on the kids because the kids don't know any better. They're 13. They don't know what the hell's going on. And so he preys on people that don't know what the hell's going on. It's a terrible story. And put this picture up one last time, and then we'll end it. But in my mind, this is the picture of greed. No amount of money, no amount of sex is enough. A kid can't be young enough. I mean, you can't have sex with a 19-year-old. It's got to be the 13-year-old. You can't have sex with a 28-year-old. It's got to be the 15-year-old. He can't just make a couple $100 million from NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. He's got to make $300 million more from a Ponzi scheme. What a sick son of a bitch.